Hey Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Victoria 3, The Line Goes Up, the video game. So, we have a little bit of a trade, a labour dispute with the labourers in one of our factories here. They're a little bit upset. They want me to pass a law or institution favourable to trade unions. I think I am doing that because I think, no, they don't support women's suffrage. That's fine. But we will eventually pass one. To make them happy. There is a little bit of a revolution brewing. The people, they want to revolt, but they can't really do too much about it, although they would have a rather large army if they do strike a revolt. So this is where we're starting to get into the point of the game where now my population actually has the political power to cause problems for me. And now I'm no longer, so like if you imagine, at the start of the game, I was in control, baby. I ruled the roost. I did everything I wanted to do. And now they're having, now I've politically liberalized my country. People have a voice and they want to be heard and they want things done. They want things done the way they want them done. They're not just going to accept that I'm doing things the way that I've always done them. And so now that's going to be a bit problematic for me politically. I'm going to be running into a lot of political problems. We do have pasteurization now, so we have unlocked refrigerated storage for a lot of our things. So we are freeing up a lot of our population from manual labor. Let's get the combustion engine, automobiles. I'm waiting until I have slightly better GDP or like cash flow. My cash flow is bad. I would love to upgrade the trend shift retreat, but that'd be super expensive. Okay, if I expand the workplace institution within 10 years, they will have slightly less unhappiness with me. Let's go ahead and have a look there. Workplace safety, we will expand workplace safety, thus lowering the danger of working in some of these industries. Yeah, the shortage of dynamite and engines is going to bring my economy to a grinding halt, unfortunately. Kansai has a lot of peasants. Can I maybe prioritize expanding? So what are you lacking? Engines. So I need to get the engine production back up. These engine factories are super profitable. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then steel mills. So we're having... What is the issue here again? We have a little bit of a steel shortage. What do you got population-wise? Ooh, you do not have many. We do not have a lot of peasants hanging around. Yeah, we're starting to run out of peasants to fuel our factories. Not good. We're running out of population here. Let's get another 10 of those. And then the other thing is chemical plants. So we'll get 10 of those as well. So if a ton of really, really important economy-saving things under construction, hopefully that sorts me out. Yeah, my economy just took a major hit due to that strike action. Yeesh. It's kind of concerning though, because even if I turned off my construction industry, I would still be losing money. We may go bankrupt here. Oh no. Is this a bankruptcy video? Have I been strong-armed by the... yeah, this is the danger, like I was talking about, when you got to be at maximum everything. Could I scrape together more money? Not really. This is it. We're in the doom spiral now. I think if I can get the explosives and the engine shortages sorted out. Also, paper is like super expensive in my country. Can we do electric streetlights now? Oh, we can. That's huge. That'll bring down the price of coal, bring up the price of electricity. We can't do covered markets. We can't afford that. But we can make these publicly traded, adding a ton of capitalists to the pool. Very nice. We could do telephone switchboards, but we would need to be producing a lot more telephones. We're only producing a little bit. So I'm producing 161. And in order to switch to telephone switchboards, we would need to be producing 580. So that's going to be, I think, a long-term play for us. This is really painful, the amount of money that I'm losing. Do I dare downgrade my military? Oh no. Oh boy. I'd wanted to upgrade them so I could get machine guns and stuff. We're in a death spiral. Ooh yeah. A death spiral. Ooh yeah. Whoa. What is going on here? You're forcing me to mobilize even more troops. Dude, I can't afford my army right now. Oh God. If I pause construction, my economy grinds to a halt. Look, we might just be going bankrupt. We'll have a little think about it. Death spiral. Ooh yeah. I love a good death spiral. At the very least, I am producing incalculable metric tons of coal now. Perhaps trading is the way to get out of this problem. What do I have that's cheap that I can export? Let's have a look. Anyone want to buy? I can't sell services. Can I export cloth? Nobody wants cloth. How about wood? Would anyone like wood? Why is it predicted level 1? We don't have enough convoys. Scheisse. Okay, we'll build more ports. Let's have a look at our trade routes. Let's try to clear up any old crappy trade routes that are not productive. I am importing 5,000 tools. Really? Yeah, that tracks. I forgot to be expanding my tooling. So we can't go to war with UK. Our economy will collapse. All right, yeah. No, that's fine. That's okay. Yeah, we're figuring it out. So they are importing. Are they importing from me? I can't tell. Okay, nobody wants to sell me engines. Nobody wants to sell me explosives. I guess the problem is I just don't have enough convoys, because my convoys, I'm really tied up. Oof. And now my railway throughput is going down, I think, because I don't have enough engines to supply my railways. No, I built a lot of stuff in here. So we can switch to automobile production, which is something we would really, really like to do, but it's not going to happen for a little while. Let's get conveyors. This will allow us to use assembly lines. This will drastically reduce the amount of laborers we need in our economy. Hey, we got a temporary balance positive. The economy took a dip, but it's arcing back up. We massively expanded our coal throughput, which I'm quite happy about. Do I have any other expensive basic resources? Not really, not worth like going ham on. Oh, this is big. Revolutionary Dynam has broken out. We will keep them alive. Successful suffragists, nice. We have passed. Women can now vote, so dependent enfranchisement. This will increase the political power of our groups. We also get a bigger workforce ratio. We will trend towards this workforce ratio. It'll take time. The crusade for change. Momentum. We're about to have an election. So out of curiosity, let's take a look at some of our population demographics. We check out some laborers here. Ideally some big populations, because we got some like, you know, here, hang on, let me open up here. We got a population, laborers. We got 480k Japanese, Mahayana. So these guys have a workforce ratio of 28%. That'll go up to 40%. That's huge. So we're going to have way more laborers in the country. So hopefully that'll start to see our GDP increase as the workforce ratio increases, which might, you know, offset this big problem that I've got. My tax rate's going down. National revenue, why are you going down? Expenses, why aren't you going down faster? We're on the cusp. So there's a point here where I can just pause my construction industries and I might save my economy. But we're approaching the point of where we're falling off a cliff. Maybe more ports will save me, more convoys. Okay, so construction goods. What are the construction goods that I'm using? So I'm using tools, glass, steel, and explosives. I need to bring the price of all of those down. The most important one to bring down is steel, because it's the one that I'm using the most of, then glass, then tools. So the price of steel is reasonably high. What's the current deficit of steel that I have? I currently have a deficit of about 3,000 steel, and I produce 120 steel per steel mill. 3,000 divided by 120 is I need 25 steel mills. Now here's the question. Am I using the maximum output that I can? No, I don't have electric arc furnaces. So this would actually solve my problem. Let's get this in 17 months. We can go to electric arc process in our steel mills. And then in the meantime, we can maybe take care of the glass problem. We have houseware plastics, bone china. We just don't have automatic bottle blowers, but that's fine. So glassworks. How much of a deficit in glass do I have? 2,580. Each glassworks for me produces 90 glass. 2,580. What's the price of porcelain right now? Porcelain's quite cheap. Can we export it? No. I'm okay with porcelain being cheap. Wait, hang on. It depends on how much of a difference this makes. Prioritizing glass production would lower my porcelain amount, but I think that's fine. Having lots of really cheap porcelain, we can maybe export that as we build more of it and improve our things. So wherever we have peasants, we're going to be building glass. Now it's 90 per. I have a deficit of 2,500. So that means I need about 27. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That will cover all of the glass need I have. Now I need to think about tools. Free government reform. Looks like we had an election. Let's have a look at our government. I don't understand why you hate women, Toshimichi. Like, why are you so angry that I gave women rights? I don't understand. So I think it makes sense to have the industrialists in power because my emperor is part of the industrialist political class. So this gives me a ton of clout. Maybe it would be good to include the intelligentsia in my government. Yeah. No, they're unhappy. They're angry. I guess we'll just stick with this. This will be fine. I definitely have noticed that I had almost 0 crashes in the early game and then a decent amount of crashes in the late game. But that's to be expected, right? This is a pre-release build. They're probably, most of their testing has been on the early game. And it also could be my own particular system settings that could be causing that issue. So we are officially too deep into the hole to dig our way out. So we just need to buy time until hopefully things improve. This is what we call the burying your head in the sand methodology of trying to solve problems. It is of questionable effectiveness. Oh God, it just gets worse. We're going to go bankrupt, boys. It's going to happen. Nothing I can do about it. We're going to be going bankrupt. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think I could survive 9 years. I'm losing 1 million 500,000 a week. The bleed rate is just too fast. And if I pause the construction industry, we're still negative on money, but we're just more slowly negative on money. I suppose we are saving up investment pool. So now our army isn't mobilized. Okay, we're now positive on economy. So we just have to stall our economy for a little while. I guess that's it. We have no other choice. Although that does mean steel is now incredibly cheap in my economy, as is a variety of other goods. But as this investment pool builds up, we'll be able to turn back on our construction industry. But yeah, we're in the the Schitt's Creek phase of being without a paddle. Okay, let's resume construction for like 2 weeks. We get a few of these things finished, and then we pause constructions. We got a few more coal mines finished. We're greater than equal to 3. Bro, I'm gonna have to bring down. I guess I can lose colonialism. Oh wait, I can end the strike if I do this. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna reduce my level of colonial growth investment. And honestly, it might be a good idea to get rid of colonial memes. We'll see. Dude, people do not like the fact that women have rights now. Like, they are super mad about it. I'm sorry. I need the workers, but the factories won't work themselves, okay? Quite literally. Can I switch in my capital region? Could I maybe switch a few government things over? It will give me enough bureaucracy to make the change. Okay, it wasn't quite enough. I need a little bit more. Come on. Yeah, that should be enough. That should be enough. Okay, workplace safety is on the way. It's on the way. It's going to take 50 weeks. 50 weeks. The strike is over. I thought I only had to increase it one time. This will end the strike. The 25% throughput will be taken off my economy. My economy will recover. My GDP will skyrocket back up, because I'm pretty sure we're having an effect right now across my entire economy. Yeah, look, industrial strike, minus 25% throughput across our entire economy. That's devastating. I do like how that like a general strike has led to like a complete collapse of my economic engine, like a total collapse. Even quality of living is going down. But hey, at least we have assembly lines now. And actually, theoretically, this would increase the profitability of this factory. It would also kick out a lot of laborers, freeing up workforce. It looks like we have a decent little investment pool, so let's turn our economy back on for a little while. The construction industry. We'll be getting a huge transfer amount from this. And it might not actually finish any buildings, but at least the industry is turned on for a little while. Bringing back a little bit of profitability, which might help out my economy just slightly. I think I dare to go deeper into debt here, because now I know I have the solution to the general strike. It's on the way 30 weeks from now. So I feel pretty comfortable that I can deficit spend even deeper into this hole, because I should come out of it even stronger than I was going to. See, after I turned on my manufacturing, my construction industries, the price of steel is steady to come down. The price of glass is steady to come down. The price of tools hasn't yet come down, but that's okay. We're still over our temporary income budget. We have a little bit of credit to be worth spending. And the other important thing is that this interest isn't going nowhere, right? If we go to the power plant and we go to the workforce and we take a look at the capitalists, like these guys right here, they're getting interest paid on the fact that they have ownership shares here. So like it is going towards my population and they're buying more goods. So being in credit is kind of like a way to transfer to the wealthiest population in your country. It's like that the money isn't going nowhere is the thing. There's electric arc welding for my steel mills. Now, I've already mostly gotten the steel problem under control, but if I do go over to my steel mills, of which I have many, if I plug this in, yes, electricity will become more expensive, but I'm the one who pays for steel. So I want steel cheaper. Please, thank you. Pneumatic tools, construction sector throughput, as much as I would love that, I don't think I can afford throughput right now. So instead, we're going to go for automatic bottle blowers. That might be, an improvement to my glassworks. Our economy is recovering remarkably quickly. Believe it or not. And we brought down the cost of, we're slowly bringing down the cost of construction. It's coming down. It's coming down. Steel is almost at a reasonable price. Oil is really bad for me right now. Oil is. I might have to cancel a trade route here, or I'll just add extra tariffs on it so that so that trade routes buying it from me become less profitable, because I think, yeah, the Brits are buying it from me. So if I just add tariffs, that'll make it harder for them. Speaking of oil, oh man, have we found the oil over here yet? Perhaps we could yoink some. So we managed to deal with the strike action. They'll become more loyalist. I can make the trade union stronger. I would like their approval and I want them to be loyalists. So let me see here. I can increase their attraction or I can increase their approval. I'm going to increase their approval. So hopefully that throughput will mean my economy will now like skyrocket and recover. I'm going to keep bringing down the price of construction goods, however. I don't think I can afford to go on a war, even if it is to get access to oil, which is like a critically important resource. I think our economy is just too sick right now. We'll just have to make do with massive amounts of coal. I am the world's #1 producer of oil though. I am making a lot of goddamn oil. Finally, the deficit. We're clearing it. We're out of the debt spiral, boys. We did it. All it took was massively going into debt and praying that we could end the strike action. But hey, it worked, right? It worked. My economy's ticking over. A bunch of industries are expanding themselves. So there we have automatic bottle blowers. This is going to give me automatic bottle blowing for glassworks. If I come up to my glassworks and I plug this in, this will allow them to use oil and tools to use less workers. Right now, labor is actually cheaper than those, so I'm going to keep on the labor side of things. I actually don't want to research pneumatic tools, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back to society techs. Maybe we could pick up modern financial instruments for an extra 10% minting and minus 2% loan interest. That actually sounds pretty good about now, considering how much minting I'm doing and how much loan interest I have. That could come in real handy. Try and clear this deficit. It was really close. It was close to the wire there, though. We almost completely exploded the Japanese economy by going into omega debt. But like checking in on our GDP, even though we had a couple of major hiccups in our economy, we're now the #1 economy in the world, outproducing the UK by a large margin. And we're also the biggest GDP per capita. In fact, we just took the top spot for GDP per capita. And I don't think this train isn't going to end here. I think we are continuing along this route. I don't think I can be stopped. I would love to get into a war. That's what I would love. I would love to get into a war, but I know for a fact it would bankrupt me. And that's the issue. I'm so bankrupt. Morally and financially. Here's an opportunity. We could switch to assembly lines for our furniture manufactories. This would decrease employment. God, it's just so hard. I need to secure a source of oil. I think that's going to be one of our main objectives here, is to maybe try to conquer somewhere like a couple of places in here. I don't know if Persia gets oil. I would like to get a treaty port with them. I don't know where oil spawns, being real with you, but I need it. I know China gets like a big old chunk of oil somewhere in the center here. Let me have a look at synthetics plants. Can they create synthetic oil is my question. No, they can make silk and dye and that's it. And they can be publicly traded. That's fine. We won't build those. God, the temptation when you see a positive income number is to just like build more construction industries, but I need to stop. I should definitely stop. The economy is booming. I think it would be good to bring down the price of clothing. It's a little bit expensive. So what is affecting the cost of my people? It looks like clothing is the big expenditure for my poor people. What about my rich people? What is like the biggest positive price increase that's affecting them? So it's luxury. Yeah, so it looks like clothing and furniture are two really important resources for me to get online. So each furniture factory produces 90 furniture. We have a deficit of about 2,000. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 furniture factories. Sorry, it wasn't furniture factories we needed. Well, we're getting furniture factories, I guess. It was clothing factories we needed. Now I feel dumb because I built the wrong thing. 120, so that's about 10 factories is 1,000. So I needed like 30 factories. 2, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 factories. It'll take about a year for us to build all of that. Paper. So I got a deficit of about 800 on paper. Produces 4. So we'll just go ahead and we'll build a bunch of paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Handling all of this, we got a major engine deficit still, dude. Is that why the hunger for engines is just so high? 80 per, we get 80 per engine, so that would mean 10 engines would get us 800. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 50 more engine factories. That'll take quite a while to build, another 67 weeks. Tech-wise, trade route volume could be handy. Paved roads, antibiotics. I think we'll go for antibiotics here and start increasing the investment into our healthcare system. And what I would really like to do is to go to even private health insurance would be a major upgrade. So the industrialists endorse this change. Yeah, let's go to private health insurance. We can't afford to go public health insurance. This might infuriate people. That's fine. We're making big money now, so that's big. Our tax rate just shot up. It's all looking great for us. So I'm starting to build up these little colonies that I have to make sure that I'm just like getting maximum resource output from them. Fruit plantations don't make that much money, but we will build you up into a fruit plantation. That's your job, is to produce fruit. Yeah, you're quite expensive to incorporate, so I think I'll build 2 government admins here. That should cover my needs. So I've done something similar in South Island. It's making good money. Productivity is high. Wheat farms are cranking out food. Fishing wharves. You could be a good coffee plantation. Yeah, let's build a coffee plantation here. And then how much are you to incorporate? 37. So a single government admin should do the job. I'm trying to like finalize some of these areas. And when I mean by finalize them is like get them built up to the point where they're like productive and self-sufficient. Like they're at their maximum potential essentially. Yeah, so a single government administration there. So when we incorporate you, and I'd like to start maybe looking into incorporating all these areas in the near future. These aren't like the biggest, most productive little islands, but by having like good farming practices and good industry, these will all totally be incorporatable. So yeah, let's start incorporating. It'll take a long time to incorporate these, but as I do, we should start to see these islands solidify and contribute, and they'll also start to benefit from our institutions. I think like we've moved, yeah, like the Japanese percentage here is like reasonable enough. Lead mines, oh wow. Yeah, there's like enough Japanese population here for us to like incorporate them into our institutions. They'll get the benefit from education, all that sort of stuff. We've had these for a very, very long time. Even like right now in South Island, they are starting to pay taxes, but more importantly, they're also getting the benefit of like dangerous working conditions. They're like reduction of dangerous working conditions, the reduction in mortality, less effects from turmoil. And there is a little bit of turmoil here. People are not super happy. It looks like the Philippines are independent. Let me have a look at my diplomacy. I'd love to incorporate the Philippines into my country. Like they have a ton of rubber plantations. They have a ton of really nice resources that I could make use of, like iron. It looks like they did manage to break away. They have no allies right now. We could, on the other hand, maybe we could offer them vassalization. What if I offered them... So let's say theoretically I improve relations with the Philippines. Can I return this territory to them? Because I feel like this would be more productive inside their territory. And plus the borders would be prettier. Part of me kind of wishes I had conquered Taiwan as well. We can always go after, I think it's called Formosa in this though. It's not called Taiwan here. Yeah, Formosa. Let's do a little war. I don't think the Philippines can really defend themselves. No, they can't. The Great Train Smash. Oh, cool. So they're smashing two trains together. This is actually a reference to a historical event. This actually really happened. I'm pretty sure this like guy just like got two trains to like crash into each other. Do it. So can I start a diplomatic play to make the Philippines my puppet? That's a lot of infamy. How much infamy headroom do I have? Yeah, I've burnt away all of my infamy. So let's go ahead. Let's make a puppet. I will puppet the Philippines. Now, which way are people leaning? People don't seem to want to get involved very much, which is good for me. I shouldn't have to mobilize too much of an army, maybe two 100-man divisions. And the nice thing is we actually have a border with the Philippines because we managed to conquer a smaller guy earlier. So we can probably get away with mobilizing a single division to this, depending on how much assistance they can acquire. We should totally deal with our taxation capacity now. Early game, it wasn't worth it to improve our taxation capacity because the cost we paid to increase our taxation capacity wasn't really offset by how much extra money we got. But now, like if we go to Kyushu, we're missing, well, actually, in order to increase my taxation capacity, what I should probably do is come down to my government industries and switch to telephone switchboards. But I would need a lot more telephones. So I need another 500 telephones. Let's go ahead and get those under construction. So it's electric industries. So I need 10 more of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It'll take a little while for those to get built, but that'll be fine. And the good news is when we incorporate the Philippines into our economy, that will make our lives a little bit easier. Because we will have more people to sell things to. And we'll also get to siphon off some of their diplomatic taxes. Or some of their taxes, rather. It looks like the Congo has managed to actually become independent, at least a little bit there. But the next wave of furniture factories are about to be done, and we've also got textile mills. So, I mean, I guess like a slight price reduction in furniture factories is fine. That'll theoretically increase the quality of life of basically everyone. More importantly, it actually should bring the price of luxury furniture down significantly. And I guess having like a small depressed price is fine. 20% of my higher class pops are not meeting their minimum needs. So as I bring the price of these things down, I'll focus on luxury, furniture, transportation we can bring the price down upon. That's something we can do pretty actively actually. Like if we just go 1, 2, 3, just build some railroads. Oil and engines are still, God, I can just never seem to take a dent out of the price of engines. Engines are just always so expensive. So it looks like the Philippines back down, and now they are my vassal. So how are my relationships with Dynam? They're loyal. How does Korea feel about me? Okay, these guys seem pretty happy with me as their overlord. I think I would like to annex Dynam, however. Yeah, there's huge potential for logging here, especially because they have Indo-Chinese forests, which gives them a logging bonus. Is it worth it to annex them? Let me have a look. 6 infamy. I'd have direct control over their country. I wouldn't get any of their tax revenue anymore. Maybe not yet. Maybe when we're out of our deficit, we would look into that. Oh, New South Wales has broken away from the UK. We can make New South Wales our puppet. How much population does New South Wales have? There's 6 million people there. I feel like puppeting them could be an interesting move. I do like how the Philippine GDP shot up when they became my puppet, because they had much access to a much more robust market. But similarly, you can see like my vassals are having trouble with their economies when I'm having trouble. So can I return this territory? Let me see, diplomatic plays. Can I return? There you go. You can see the price of clothing start to shoot down as all the clothing factories finish. Electricity does become a little bit more expensive. Let's have a little look here. I don't think we can really do much more to increase GDP. We've got 51 weeks of stuff being constructed, mostly motor industries, and then like a little bit of stuff on the islands. We are infamous, so people are super mad about us. Radical Egypt has exploded. Is a sentence I never thought I'd say. The Ottoman Empire is starting to crumble. Very effectively, I might add. What? Excuse me? What's going on here? Tidor, China, and Bali are at war with the UK. Why is it showing my occupation thing? Very, very confusing. Very well, that's fine. I'm very confused by that. Anything that makes China weaker makes me stronger, so I'm okay with that. I'm kind of surprised that I've never been able to get an ally this game. I've tried. In all honesty, I've really tried. Let's become rivals with Russia. Get us a bunch more diplomatic influence. Why not? USA, how would you like an alliance? Base reluctance. They're genial. American military power projection compared to ours. I'm so confused. My power projection is massive, and they don't see that as a positive? Alright, that's up to you. Let's get to work on conquering this little chunk of land here. So Kutai, you're not at war with anybody. You do have a defensive pact with the Netherlands. What the hell? Dude. The map has just become gross. I'm going to be honest with you. There's just like little tiny countries everywhere. I just want to paint it all pink, like a beautiful Japanese pink. Let's start over here. Let's get conquering. 14 infamy. Jesus. What about puppeting? 8 infamy. Let's conquer. I mean, if Russia decides to side with them, I'm fine with that. That's between Russia and God. There's a few countries leaning that way. People don't like a big, strong Japan, apparently. It's just a little war. It's just a little war. Can we go to Can we go to trench infantry? We need to build a lot more ammunition. We have a really big army. I mean, if people oppose me, I can always just be like, yeah, you know what? You can have war reparations. Let's mobilize a relatively small army to that front line. We should be able to take that on. It should be easy. The game definitely chugs a little bit in the late game, which is like fair enough. It's not on maximum speed, but it's still chugging. Most people won't get this deep into a game. Okay, so we've got France and Russia supporting. Okay, that's how you boys want to play this game. I'll mobilize. Let me double check. What's France got in terms of military? Oh, they got trench infantry. Right. Now here's the thing. France will have to naval invade me, I think. Yeah. Let's add some war. I want a treaty port in France. No, let's not do treaty ports in France. I'll never invade them. I want to take some African stuff. What's this? Congo Oriental. God damn, that's expensive. Okay, there's a front line down here that I need to mobilize for. It's my smallest army. I got you. Go ahead and manage that front line. Yeah, you know what? I want some of I want more of Africa. What's this? Congo Oriental. I want that. What's this? Equateur. I want that too. I'm gonna take everything they have in Africa. Hell yeah. Russia is getting kicked out of the heartland of Africa. That's all mine now. I don't even think they can get troops there, so this is just like easy win for me. I don't think I have to put anything else in this war. I can just leave it at that and we're good. Let's mobilize another 100 divisions to the front line with Russia. After this war, we'll do a switch over to the higher tech level. Damn, it is chugging. Hold on, let me go ahead and save my game and start it over. We got a big war coming. I love you all very much and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.